guest let out a big gasp. When he was finally able to speak, he choked out, "I have heard many ministers preach hell's fire, but you're the only one I have met who passes a sample of it." After hearing the story of Jonah at Sunday school, a little girl repeated the story on school on Monday. Her teacher said it was physically impossible for a whale to swallow a human because even though this is a very large mammal, its throat is very small. The little girl said, "Well, how can that be? Jonah was swallowed by a whale." Irritated, the teacher reiterated that a whale could not swallow a human. "It's physically impossible," she said. Undaunted, the little girl said, "Well, when I get to heaven, I will ask Jonah." To this, her teacher said, "What if Jonah went to hell?" Then the little girl replied, "Then you ask him." One night I picked up one obviously inebriated lady from a motor vehicle accident. During her ambulance transport, I performed a neuro check by touching her feet and asking her if she could feel it. Suddenly, she reached up and grabbed my genitals and glared at me. "Can you feel that?" At first I couldn't respond. Then I calmly said, "Yes. Now please don't do that again." A physician from our clinic was making rounds. One of the patients that he was seeing was slightly demented. As my partner walked into the patient's room, the patient looked up towards him and pleaded, "Jesus!" The nurse making rounds with my partner groaned, "Just what I need. Patience reinforcing your belief you're God." The new intern laboriously took down all the patient's information, the chief complaint, present illness, past history, and finally came to a review of systems. When he began the genitory questions, he inquired, "Miss Jones, does your urine burn?" "I don't know, doctor. I have never tried lightning." As a nursing student, my instructor watched as I prepared my first injection. I carefully filled the syringe and squirted out the excess till I had reached the 2 cc mark. Proud of my accomplishments, I looked up to my instructor for approval and discovered I have squirted the excess medication right into her glasses. A patient had been comatose for several weeks until a nurse attempted to straight cath her. As the tip of the catheter was being inserted, she moaned, "Oh, Harold, not tonight." An ER physician asked the patient, "Do you drink alcohol?" "Oh, I drink a little on the weekends." "What's a little, a 6-pack? You mean beer too?" "Well, I drink a case a day." What's a little on the weekends?" "A case to a case and a half plus a fifth of liquor." "That's a little?" "Well, my friend drinks a whole lot." For clinical reasons, I inquire an older female patient, "Are you and your husband still practicing sexual intercourse?" "No, my husband and I are no longer practicing sexual intercourse." Then she continued demurely, "Now we are very good at it." A doctor, rather challenged by the English language, dictated the following sentence: "The patient is an alcoholic and a cannibal." I knew this had to be wrong, so I looked up some previous dictations on the patient and found that he indeed had problems with addiction to alcohol marijuana, cannabis. A celebrity was doing some charity work for visiting a local nursing home.